So, what's up? Welcome back to the damn podcast. Don't abandon your moments. March 23rd. Shout out to everybody with a birthday on the 23rd. I know. Sometimes you've been hurt and sick, and it's time to clean up. It's time to heal. It's just kind of coming to me. We don't talk about it a lot, at least over here, because we're just now starting to talk about it out there. But all those attacks, those were real, and they took a piece out of you, energetically, sometimes physically. I myself, I am still in recovery, 6 months out from a back surgery, and smoking and other recoveries, homelessness, heartbreak, betrayal, sacrifice. So now I'm here in this situation where it's all kind of like grounding and landing and making sense, and it hurts, and I know that you're probably going through it too. So the first thing that you want to do is get your body moving. Just get up, just stretch. Listen, start slow. Reach your toes, sit on the floor, flex your toes one direction or the other direction. You're pretty much looking for pain. Work your hips, move your feet, get your feet going. Okay. Shimmy, move your shoulders. You can just stand up. You can take big deep breaths. Go. Hold it. There's a counting method that, let it out. There's a counting method that I'm going to introduce you to real quick. I've been trying to come up with a cool name, and I think maybe it's the 2+2 or the 2+2 method or something like that. So what we'll do basically is we'll all take a big deep breath, and then we're going to let it out, and then we're going to take another breath, a normal breath, for 4 seconds. And sometimes we mess up on the first one, and then we just let it out or whatever, then just start the count over again. But then we'll take a breath for 4 seconds, and then we're going to hold it for +2 seconds. So we're going to hold it for 6 seconds. Okay, and then we're going to let it out for +2 seconds. So that's 8 seconds. Okay, sorry, I hold up 9. Okay, so and then we're going to go ahead, and then we're going to release it for 10 seconds. No, we're going to let it out for the 8 seconds, and then we're going to hold that breath, the no breath, for the 10 seconds. So I might have mixed it up, but basically it'll look like you go, okay, you go. You could exhale, and then again it would be in 4 seconds, hold for 6 seconds, release for 8 seconds, hold this breath for 10 seconds, and when you're holding that next breath, go ahead and do another one and practice this. And you want to aim for 3 or 4. And 1 is fine, and it's a great start, and let it out, and just let that run through you. And you want to aim for 3 of them. If you can continue to keep doing that, that's great, and you should feel better and get outside and get some fresh air. All right, on that last one, you should feel your body reset a little bit. You should relax some, try to get out of fight or flight mode. Either change your setting, open the blinds, go touch the grass. All right, and that's the first thing you want to do. The second thing you want to do is get your cleanse on. Okay, get some of this stuff either by brand or by topic, or what it is that they have. You know, take care of your gut, your belly. All right. They got some of this stuff out there to make sure you can take care of your horses too. And don't forget your metal detox. You want to start with this one. All right, because inside of your body, especially if you consume a lot of dairy, there's mucus that builds up inside of the body, and that's where sometimes parasites like to hang out the most. So you want to go ahead and take care of that. Make sure that you wash all your fruit and clean your meat. I don't even eat much meat, but this isn't about meat. This is about what you should be aware of, and as far as parasites in fish and even in the water. So just be careful with what you're around, where you're at, what you're doing. Get outside, make some friends. All right, have some pictures of yourself up. Don't just like store them on your phone anymore and they just show up randomly. You know, settle down into reality, ground. Accept your space, right? You know, and I'm going through this too with you, you know, and I know that it's been tough for a little while, and that's what we have to kind of accept now and say, okay, cool, that was fun, but that's gone ahead and passed. So what do we do now? And there was something that had crossed my mind that made me want to grab the camera and start recording if it wasn't just the stuff I was just sharing with you. So there's no urgency for me in this video. Ooh. But I did just want to turn it on and record. DAYM. Don't abandon your moments. What's that mean for me, like even in this second? See, that's the grounding nature for me. I'm just thinking out loud at this point. The grounding nature for me is that I'm always torn between what I feel like I'm supposed to be doing, which is like maybe getting information out there to people, and what I feel like I'm supposed to be doing, which is you know, pursuing a better, prosperous life and path for myself. But it's semi-confusing because, you know, they work in an opposite manner. The more that you do for other people, the better of a life you create for yourself in tandem, and vice versa. You know, the more that you do work on yourself and, you know, personal development and have a conscious effort in the things that you do, you know, it is great to be a ship with a rudder, with a directional capability. So then there's the concept of what's real and what's not. And for what's been happening in the world, and a lot of disclosure in the way that I felt for a while, but I never really had anybody to express it to, because my gosh, I couldn't really express it in my own words. And you know, if I've learned a lot in the last 3 years, then gosh, over the last 13 years it's been amazing. But a lot of it did just start maybe by random, or now that I reflect on it all the time. But you know, when I was a very young child, I have random memories, but memories of thoughts into the future. You know, there was one, and I'm just gonna kind of wonder if I should share this, and I kind of forgot it already, so maybe I wasn't supposed to share it. No, I was pretty young when I thought that I could change the world. It came to my mind that, you know, for somehow when I was younger, and in my experience of life, the concept of being able to change the world by our thoughts, or rather create our reality through our thoughts, was introduced to me. And I always retain this perception of the world in a world view. I never really quite just said, okay, this is my path and this is the way that I'm going to look at everything. I always looked at the greater good of all. And I really, really felt the pain for the world, the earth, when I was young, you know, back in the mid-'80s. the 90s, and I didn't have any idea what was going on as far as what was actually happening in neighborhoods, in families, and shelters, and VAs, and in other countries other than outside of the U.S. And there's so much stuff that I don't know about, the war, genocides, and the list goes on, and it's terrible. But I feel in poverty and human trafficking, and I don't even know if I'm even allowed to say that anymore. It's ridiculous. It's and so there's this whole expectation that we're supposed to follow this calendar, so. And I'm like, nah, man. Like, number one, all right, first, get up, get moving, get some fresh air. Look, let's get down to the brass tacks. Before I go off on a tangent about healthy water or structured water or chemical engineering, Morgellons, as well as Munchausen, and we're all on the spectrum. it's it's a question of, what are we thinking? What are you doing? Don't abandon your moment. So in this moment here where I'm semi stressed out and I have to say, wait a second, you're telling me that I can BS around the system on this algorithm with YouTube from multiple different devices, and somehow plug in and hear these stories from these tarot readers that maybe, I feel like, do we all have the same story? How many people do we really feel like are in the world? Because I've never really felt like there was really that many people in the world in the first place. And we're not even going to talk about whether or not we feel like the world is flat or round, or if it's in a spherical shape, or if we're moving, or if there's a hologram sun. I mean, all this information is out there, and I'm just like, okay, cool. So you want me to think about that instead of thinking about this moment that I have right now. This moment where I'm in this pretty much unlimited reality, or if I can just get my head out of my own butt for like 10 seconds, and I can breathe a breath of fresh air rather than a breath of some Mary J, or whatever smooth drink you're kicking back with, like if I can just regulate my nervous system for like a hot 5 minutes and just come down out of fight or flight, and I can sit down and I can forgive myself, I can forgive others, I can remember that money has to move, you got to spend it. Money likes to be like money. Money's changing. You got to be in the right mindset of money too. There's a lot that I'm saying right now when it comes to money. And listen, I don't know who started the gripe of, they don't teach us this and that in school. The parents should be teaching the kids. The schools, if you're going to send the kids to the schools, send them to the schools, but the parents teach the kids. The schools supplement the teacher's parent. The parents teach the kids. Parents, teach your kids. The school supplements the information that you provide to your kids. And then you guys talk about it. I'm not even going to say that's just my 2 cents, because I got more than that to go. Anyway, keep your head up. Try to stay positive. And don't just like fake the funk. Like if you stub your toe, don't, I'm so happy. You can be mad, you can be upset, you can experience those ranges of emotions, and as you experience those ranges of emotions, you got to remember and realize and say, okay, for some reason this is part of my experience. Now, don't abandon your moment in that experience. Stay sunny. Realize that there's going to be an outcome, a good. See, that's why we got to remember a good, better, best outcome for the best of all. When somebody said that you could change the world based on what you think about, my question was, how come nobody was thinking better? And I realized maybe people had thought about it and they got to where I am now, right? And they said, now you have to remember. You have to remember the mission. You have to remember your goal. You have to remember what it is that you said that you were going to go ahead. That if you had gotten to that spot, all it would take to change the world is just one person to just stand up and just go just against the grain. Just like, hey guys, this is what's happening. How that could change the world. And you don't even got to be loud. You don't got to be in front of people. You don't got to be, I mean, it just so happens, yours truly has this situation where so anyway, this stuff is cool, huh? I don't even know what that says, man. I did that. Some recovery. Zoom in. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it's like childish. Oh, I bought this. This is cool, huh? I was walking to an antique shop. I picked this up. And that's a shoelace. And that's a $5 bill there on the wall. And I'm trying to zoom out. And I got that thing from the dollar store. And I started to paint it. And that's part of one of my logos. And I used to weigh like 350 pounds. And I just got home from a project week or so,